Hi, this is Gail Pierce-Watney, and we're at CHA, and I'm here with Jill Schwartz, who has a line of jewelry with making memories. And we're excited to have her jewelry, but we have some questions. People have been asking, why would a scrapbook company have jewelry? And I'm sure you can answer that.
Easy. So I think that actually the people who make scrapbooks, who do scrapbooking, they're makers. They like to work with parts. They like putting things together. And so this is a way that we can expand the market and give them something new. When you're scrapbooking, it's fun, but to bring some excitement into the world of making, there you go. You can make jewelry and you give them parts, and it's endless. So the reason I really do see them as makers, not scrapbookers, and that's why I think it's so an easy transition.
What about the different kinds of people? Like some people like really contemporary jewelry, some like vintage. What about, does it cover all those areas?
I think it does. I mean, I think there's a place by what I do, and my style is vintage group. It brings the vintage and it brings the modern together. And so when you're given all those parts, you have access to create whatever you want and whatever's your style. My style tends to be quite timeless, which then appeals to a large group of people. But easy to make things that are modern, easy to make things vintage, easy to personalize it and make it your own. There's letters and alphabets so that you can make presents for people and keep the nostalgic feeling that making memories has. The other thing is, who knows where we're going. I mean, the world is endless, and so to inspire them to go into different places is exactly where we're at.
This is easy, but when you look at some of your jewelry, it looks really complicated. So how does somebody that doesn't have any experience dealing with jewelry make good jewelry?
Okay, well, the choices of parts they're vast. There's a lot of parts, and the parts can be simple or they're layered, which is what I usually do, and so you can choose which way you want to go. I like to have a lot of things, so to just take a few pieces wouldn't be enough for me. I would get a lot of different parts and start exploring and see where it takes you. But easy, the complication is in the piece if you want to make it complicated. And then what you do is everything has places to attach. And all you need really is some pliers that will allow you to close jump rings and attach these parts so that they're combinations. Then where you go from there, if you guys are the makers, who knows? Again, the world is limitless, and you can use your own creativity, tying ribbons and doing different things that you wouldn't normally think about, because it's your creativity.
String anything, you don't have to be a jewelry maker.
But if you want to, you can. I mean, it could be for the advanced who wants to string and wants to do the jewelry making things, or it could be for the beginner who sees this, is inspired, is scared they can't do it, and just picks parts and easily can put them together.
Would you tell us a little bit about your background? I know who you are, but there are people out there that haven't heard of yourself.
Okay, so I've been in the business for 27 or 28 years. I have two parents who are designers. One a graphic designer, the other was an interior designer. My family came from printing, and I was always exposed to art, and my family used to do birthday projects and on my birthday, and I think that nostalgic feeling entered into what I do. I went to Cornell University I studied design and environmental analysis, and did interior design there, and then I went to Pratt for my graduate work in graphics, but I never wanted to be, everybody tried to put me into a box, and I didn't want to be in a box. I just thought the world was my oyster, and that I could make things out of whatever was around, and my education influenced me to have concepts and go. And I've always loved vintage. My father loves modern, my mother is very vintage, and therefore I was born with this. I was influenced and raised, and I brought it all together for myself.
How did you first start selling? Was it exciting to have your first sale?
Yeah, how did I first start selling? I actually was in Europe. I found myself, it was in between my graduate work and my undergraduate work, and I went through Europe and I was collecting. I'd go to bead stores and I'd start making pieces, and I traveled on trains and I made jewelry, and people would say, "Where'd you get that?" And then I realized if I had some more, I could sell it and get another night.
Very excited. I'm excited to see what comes next.
And so am I.